embarrassed of my skin until I read that book by Elijah Muhammad, A Message to the Black Man. I read that book and it really started showing me who we were as a people and the great stuff that we had accomplished and what had happened to us. Later on from there, I still had to deal with the struggles and the heartaches of the communities that I had the unfortunate, chance to frequent and see the true dynamics of our circumstance. Such a waste of great people, and the great people not even knowing that they're great people, thinking and following the trend that's set for them, like willingly, like this is who we supposed to be. Upset at the person that tells them you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, want to be mad, and then want to join forces with the many people who want to go to hell. So that's what's going to happen. They all going to go there. But the thing is, there's people out here that's writing books for you to read, to understand who you are, so you can start making a change for yourself and your children and your community. And then you don't have to sit around here with concentration camps all around your ass and don't think it's anything to worry about. Let's just keep on doing what we've been doing. This is the ignorance that they have created in their school systems. And this is what us concerned, melanated people are trying to get ourselves from being up under. So all this world, global murder and chaos that this white man has created on the planet, someone is going to have to be responsible and take it up on them and objectify themselves to do something for somebody else on the planet. If you just stop thinking about yourself and think about restoring this planet just for the wildlife that's been destroyed, just for the children that's going to have a right to come out here later and don't have to worry about all this sadistic, chaotic circumstances that we all bombarded with daily. That's the only thing you got to do, is just be a genuine God and goddess and know that's what you are. And then from there, your genetics will tell you the solution to the problem. And the solution to the problem is to just make everybody else understand that they the ones who fucked everything up. You did it. You and I. So you and I need to fix it. It's just real simple. We can't wait on Obama to fix it. He can sit there and take the blame for everything that's messed up, but we know he didn't buy all those UN vehicles. We all know that. He probably got in office genuinely hoping in his heart that he could make a change. But look what he's dealing with. All them damn rattlesnakes around here. Still, it don't change nothing. He the president, so you got to bring the drama to him. But what I'm saying is, we know it's always been fucked up. You can't blame it on him. All y'all white people went out there and brought all these guns and all these bullets and all this old stuff because things is bad. And you've been buying guns and bullets ever since day one. So you need to just stop. It's always been bullets shot in there. Listen, how long ago has this song been written? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early night? Who's gladly started, so gladly streaming, whose flag, what is the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave through the night, that our flag was still there. That shit was like the 1500s or somewhere. Or the 16, what was it, 1776, okay? This is 400 years ago that song was written. So that means that you guys had guns and shit exploded way back then. So you're not going to come up with this Obama administration and try to claim that he's the one who made the world go crazy. Obama wasn't even born in 1945 when Hitler and all you crazy ass white people was flying around the planet shooting guns. It was the same terror then that's on the earth right now. So you're not going to blame it on Obama. Now, he's the person that's in the position more than anybody to fix something. And so that's where we're going to draw the line on that at. Because you know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, everything could be worse. And I know that. But things are and is what it is. And so I say what I have to say. But the thing about it is, we all know he didn't do that. We all know that. It's all those crackers up in there that did the shit. He just dipped his ass in there to get him some money. And I really don't see him sitting around here getting all the glamour and all the fame like they just gave George Bush as a damn library. Mr. Genocide himself gets a library. I can't wait till the earthquakes tear that bitch up too. And they will. Know that. The nerve for his illiterate ass and made a whole nation of people illiterate and then ate a freaking library after his ass. Mr. Genocide himself. Mr. President that puts up a fuck you finger when he's in the seat of the president of a country. That's what he does. To show the whole world, fuck you. So now when the whole world come be happy that the European soldiers is coming over here to kill everybody. See, that's the shit I'm talking about you crazy white man. The president of the country flipping somebody off. Giving them the fuck you finger, right? That's too much for any person in any seat of control to be doing. And that's just real simple. But the thing about it is this. if you do something like that, you need to mean it. And that's what I'm getting at. The fact that he meant that shit when he did it is the reason why we're not going to sit around here and try to blame Barack Obama for things being fucked up the way they are. Because we already know who already implemented with their finger how they felt about things.
It becomes evident that responsible leaders of the
implicated it was the proper word. He gave us a serious implication of how he felt, indicator, all that shit, when he flipped the whole world off. And pretty much ruined everything for everybody. Stole every damn thing he could and built the concentration camps to murder everybody.
The Negro community are fully aware of the activities and the teachings of the black supremacists. Now we ask, in what measure has the white man earned the hate of these extremists? To what extent does Christianity deserve to be called by these groups the religion of enslavement? To place this aspect of our story in perspective, Newsbeat visited Dr. Anna Arnold Hedgeman. When the ideal of integration was just a timid dream for the Negro, Ann Hedgeman was executive director of the National Committee for a Permanent FEPC. She has served with distinction as administrative aide to the Federal Security Administration of Oscar Ewing and to New York's Mayor Robert Wagner. Dr. Hedgeman lives among her fellow Negroes. She knows their problems. Newsbeat reporter Lou Lomax asks Dr. Hedgeman her opinion of the creed of black supremacy.
Dr. Hedgeman, how long have you lived in Harlem?
About 30 years.
And you are thoroughly familiar with the goings-on in the Harlem community?
Well, I don't know what you mean by goings-on, really, but I'm very familiar with Harlem, let us say.
Now, Dr. Hedgeman, let's get down to brass tacks, so to speak. What would be your reaction if a white group held a rally at 42nd and Broadway and said the kinds of things about Negroes that these street corner orators are saying about whites and Jews?
First of all, I would be opposed to it no matter who did it. I want that on the record. However, the situations are not analogous.
Why aren't they analogous?
For the very simple reason that America has bottled up the Negro in such fashion that what he pours out is his complete reaction to frustration on the one hand and his objection to much of the unintelligent way in which he has been handled as an American.
But now, pardon me, but aren't you saying this, that previous condition of servitude or state of persecution justifies the preaching of race hate, whereas the absence of this historical business does not justify it?
No, I did not say it's justified. I said this is the reason.
Well, is it right?
And absolutely it's not right, no matter who does it.
Does it offend the democratic ethic?
Yes, but you see, America's policy defends it.
But what about the attacks on Christianity, both by the Muslims and the black nationalists? Reporter Lomax learned that Dr. Hedgeman herself in a recent speech had commented on the color of Jesus' skin.
During a recent speech before a group of graduate nurses, I believe, you said, and I hope I quote you correctly, God may not be black.
Not God.
But he certainly isn't white. Is that the right quote?
We're talking about Jesus, actually.
Yes. What is your quote on that?
My quote is that Jesus may not have been black, but he certainly was not white.
Is it important?
Very important.
Why?
I think maybe some of us like to say as Christians that there's no picture of Jesus in the Bible because everybody then could claim him. And you see, you claim when pressure has been put upon you to claim things in terms of color, as it has in this country. You want a piece of this guy who was a terrific prophet.
And to have a piece of him, so to speak,
a little like you, yes.
Physically?
Just a little, yes, because America...
Not in terms of mind or spirit or belief.
Physically, too, because America has made this important, you see. We've made this important everywhere. One goes down the streets in Bombay and sees the models, not brown Indian girls, but Anglo-Saxon girls, because the British then were in control.
Well, when you say that this
India,
should emerge,
no Indian girls are the beautiful models. White girls.
America is about at the tribalistic stage, yes.
You really believe this?
Yes, color-wise, on this issue of color, yes. America, I don't know why white people are so absolutely wound up on this business, but it has to be white. If you could manage it, you ought to be white with blue eyes and blonde hair.
Let me answer you why. See, they think they smart, but they're not. I'm going to break it down to you so you can understand why they perpetuate this white shit. See, they look in the mirror themselves and they see their white ass faces, and they know for a fact that they are missing important life tones. Okay, life force has colors to it. When you see the lights coming from the sun, you can see color brilliance in it. So the sun created everything that lives on the earth. It creates things by using what it has to create with. What it has to create with is what we call the spiritual energy of manifestations that I know as melanin. Because everything that's manifested has a unique hue to it or color to it. White people that walk around on this earth, they look at the green leaves, they see the black soil, they see everything on earth having a hue to it. Even gray is darker than white. So when they see everything that has, see, if you had a plant and it was green and it started turning from green to a lighter green to a lighter, you were worried that it was dying. Well, see, they know themselves when they look in the mirror that they look like they're dead. They say themselves when they're close to death. So white, even whiter than white. So that is the reason why you find circumstances on the earth where white people favoritize their whiteness and commit crimes as to where they deprive other people from enjoying the commodities on the earth so that other people will perish and die. And they sit around and secretly want to convince themselves that they want to live on a planet with nothing but whiteness, but then they always go to places where black people are at and force their way in on these black people, and then have the tendency to kill them all. And it's all because of their self-hatred. And their self-hatred made them fight each other for so many years where they became the best at murdering and killing each other. And then they all got together and decided, why don't we stop murdering and killing each other and go around the world and murder and kill all the black people and steal all their shit? Because that's who they are. And that's exactly what they're doing. So no matter how many religions they write to fool everybody, or how many lies they tell to cover up all the shit they've already done, what it all boils down to is that this is a nation of criminals that we are all dealing with. And you know, not everyone in that nation is that way, but the problem is when you have a friend that's in their nation and you hang out with that friend, you're always subject to go with that friend around other people who could utilize your acquaintance with that friend as an opportunity to do something to you. And that's the sad part about living in America. The dynamics of the truth about it is how they're quick to perpetuate the desire not to make friends with people that's non-white, and in the true reality, non-white people should be very hesitant about collecting them as friends. And that's only because of what we have saw through the archives of history them do to non-white people. So you can't get mad at me for telling the truth. That's another problem we have to deal with. We're dealing with them. They don't like people telling the truth. They kill you for telling the truth. That's why they always have to send black prophets, because we are the ones who get the truth. And that's the reason we come and we always say, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Because the sunlight repels. These guys repel the sunlight. Us melanated people absorb it. And all light that comes to the earth with information of true knowledge. And these guys, they're missing melanin in their faces, in their skin, has a bad reaction with the sunlight where it burns them and gives them skin cancer. But our skin, being chock full of melanin, can grab that sunlight and ingest it. And that's why we are wise and healthy and gods and goddesses. And they choose not to be because they want to be white because of the privileges that they secure for themselves by being wicked and evil and murderers and liars and thieves.
So we learn that a growing segment of the Negro population is losing faith in the American dream. They reject the designation of Negro. They consider themselves rather Americans of African descent and report...
No, we don't. No, we do not. That's another name they gave us. See, and since he's sitting on the news and can say that, and I'm not there to correct him, then so be it. That's how everybody look at it. But I am not an African American. I am a God. Okay, I live all in this universe. I'm just